Shalom, Israel. It's your boy New Breed coming through with another live stream. As you enter the chat, make sure you hit the thumbs up on the way in. Allow this video to spread among the algorithms. We got a very important subject matter for this early morning. Grand rising to everybody catching the broadcast. I see y'all rolling in the chat pretty quick. Brown Dude Life, Candace C's in the house. Sam Garba's in the house. Sharonda McLean is in the house. Annie V. Brian is in here. Young Gene. Honor and Prosper's in the house. That's what's up. That's what's up. All praises to the Most High. Ladies and gentlemen, the injection campaign is moving full-fledged. I mean, they ramping up big time. We got quite a few sources to react to today. Some of these sources that I'm going to go to, I got them early this morning and I was immediately shocked. And I said to myself, I got to hurry up and go live because we living in those times right now. We living in those times where Satan knows he has but a short amount of time. So he's ramping up this whole campaign and they're using whoever they can use. I mean, I woke up to vax that thing up from Juvenile and Manny Fresh. I was like, Lord have mercy. I'm going to have to react to that video. I'm going to pull that video. Also, I'm going to pull another source coming directly from the White House correspondents and the news, mainstream media to be exact, about a campaign to push door-to-door vax. So it's like, it's a lot to discuss today. It's a lot to discuss today because we got to know how to maneuver in this day and age. And I really want to preference this thing, right? To make sure everybody knows not to be fearful, but they understand how to move during this day and age, during the last days that we living in. See, the attack is against the God gene. The attack is against what's embedded in your conscious, what's in your mind. The fact that a lot of individuals are beginning to think outside of the box, outside of the matrix program. They want to make sure that they keep you under the confines of their matrix, of their reality. They want you to perceive the world the way they see fit. They don't want you thinking ahead. They don't want you thinking forward. So hopefully this video promotes some awareness to this social injustice that we're seeing on a daily basis. And I call it social injustice because it seems that this is getting real overt and it's infringing upon our civil rights. And we definitely have to bring this thing to the table. And it definitely seems as if there's a certain target group. Without a shot of a doubt, if you got 2 eyes and 2 ears and you're listening and you're watching, you can see that there's a certain demographic of people who are getting hit with a barrage of propaganda. And you can see who the media is spinning their agenda towards, without a shot of a doubt. But with no further ado, first and foremost, I want to read fair use to y'all because I'm going to these sources. So allow me to share my screen with y'all. We're going to go to a fair use. Fair use states in 17 USC 107, Section 107, limitations on exclusive rights, fair use. Warning, federal law allows citizens to reproduce, distribute, or exhibit portions of copyrighted motion picture, videotapes, or video disc under certain circumstances without authorization of the copyright holder. This is called fair use and is allowed for purposes of criticism, news reporting, teaching, and parody, which does not infringe on copyright under 17 USC 107. Now let's make this clear. This particular video will be used for teaching, edification, and a little bit of parody because you know how we do it, right? Now, I'm going to share my screen with y'all. Show y'all what I woke up to today. And if you're in this live stream, make sure you hit the thumbs up this early morning. And ladies and gentlemen, this is what I woke up to. I woke up to vax that thing up. Man, oh man. You know, within our people, we got a lot of Judas goats out there. We got a lot of people who have absolutely sold us upstream. And I'm going to be honest, y'all. When I seen this video that I'm about to react to, I was shocked. Listen, coming from the 90s hip hop era, this caught me totally off guard, man. I had immense respect for Juvenile. Immense respect for Juvenile from Cash Money Records. I thought this brother was the most solid when it comes to character. And this one caught me off guard because I was like, no. I just was listening to 400 Degrees. Literally, I just was bumping that ghetto children, ducking and running behind the project building, plotting on the way that we can make $1 million. Lord, up until then, ducking and running behind the project buildings. Oh, man. I was just bumping. My nana's going to ride with me. Who, me? Oh. I was just listening to 400 Degrees, and I said, this right here is musical genius, and people don't even realize it. His cadence, his flow. I said, man, this is a classic album, no doubt. I see why people in the South rock with 400 Degrees album so heavy. And you know, let's make this clear. I'm an individual who can separate the artist from the actual person. You know, sometimes people come up with good music doesn't necessarily mean I'm in support of the person, right? So I was like, man, no, man. When I seen this video, I was like, no. They are literally going to go recruit our most respected hood figures, our most respected legends. And it's like, damn. The enemy has stooped low. Now, I'm going to go play this video with no further ado, and I'm going to stop it here and there to chime in because I got to break this video down. Somebody said it looks a little like desperation. Absolutely. It definitely is desperation. But all in all, you know, I wonder how many people are actually going to be swayed by their medical decisions based on this lunacy that's being aired. Now, I'm going to go ahead and play this video for y'all. No further ado. BLK presents Vax That Thing Up. Now, for those who don't know, BLK is a dating app featuring, oh, and it has Mia X. Oh, no. I didn't even realize it had Mia X in it, y'all. It's crazy because I met Mia X 2 years ago. I met her at a concert in South Carolina. So this is crazy. Oh, no. And she could still rap too. She was on that stage killing it. I'm talking about her music wasn't playing in the background or nothing. She was just ripping. I mean, and she was very down to earth to the point where somebody actually rushed the stage while she was rapping. She didn't even have security remove them. She let the sister rap with her. So to see this is like, oh, no. It's almost cringeworthy, man. All right, y'all.
You're finna online date chat, find a mate chat, open up BLK ass, okay yeah, profile picture looking tight chat, nice chat, got your bio reading right chat.
Hold on, y'all. Hey, you know what I noticed? They always want to sell sex to us. Y'all notice that? They always want to sell sex to us. It's like you put us on these quarantines, you lock us down, you take away all our luxuries, you take away all the things that excite people by closing things down, right? Shutting down, certain events that people would frequent, shutting down certain places that people would visit, right? And then to lure us in and get into you know what, they sell us sex. It's almost like, hey, we're not talking about a condom commercial here to go out here and get your freak on. We ain't talk about, hey, strap up if you want to go out here and be a whoremonger and get your freak on and get it popping. We talking about injecting your body and rendering your vessel to science so you can go out here and get some cheeks. So you can go out here and get it popping. It's like they always sell us sex. This is what they think of you, black folks. Black folks, this is what they think of you. They think that you are surely sexually driven and sexually motivated. That you will make a medical decision for you and your family based on being able to go out there and bust it wide open and get it popping. This is insanity, bro. Seriously.
Say Chad, but before you find a date Chad, you gotta wait Chad. Gotta go vaccinate Chad, get it straight Chad. Girl,
Yo, before you get a date Chad, you gotta vaccinate Chad. So let me get this right. During this whole pandemic, during everything that was taking place, you telling me nobody was getting a freak on? You telling me nobody was getting it popping? Let me tell you something about our people. If they are attracted to each other and they dealing, and they and the insatiable lust is there for each other, they don't give a damn about no damn. I don't want to use any keywords, but they don't care about no pandemic. They don't care. So what they're trying to do is just going to receive a lot of backlash because you're trying to sell sex. Saying before you go out here and get it popping, before you get some cheeks out here in these streets, you're going to have to go out here and get that jabbity jab. Now, let me tell you, let me put this disclaimer out here. I'm no medical physician and I'm not here to tell you what to do with your body. But I want you to recognize what you're watching right now. I want you to ask yourself, black folks, I want you to ask yourself, will you ever see the Jonas Brothers or Britney Spears or Justin Timberlake, Aerosmith? What other great notable figures from the 90s, right, are coming out with these tracks, these songs, these videos to go ahead and make sure their people are being programmed to do certain things? Could you imagine the Jonas Brothers sliding across the stage, singing, harmonizing to the people, telling them to go out here and vax it up? This is disrespectful, ladies and gentlemen. This is disrespectful. Somebody said you ain't gonna see the Foo Fighters doing it. Corey said the Foo Fighters. Could you imagine that? I want to see Aerosmith sliding across the stage. Vax this way. I can't believe Juvenile. Yo, was it worth it? Was it worth it, man? Was it worth your dignity, man? Was it worth your respect, man? Look, the bag had to be big. That had to be a massive bag right there. Telling you. I'm gonna continue. And notice the dating app is called BLK. It's literally advertising for black dating.
want you vax that thing up. Use a handsome young brother, want you vax that thing up.
Selling the nookie. Selling the nookie for an injection. See, is this the world what the world's coming to? You see the brother looking at the screen, lusting. He like, damn, shorty bad with this long red weave. If I want that, man, I'm gonna have to go ahead and go on to the hospital and get it popping. And if I want some of that, damn, I know what I'm gonna have to do. So listen, this is not about anybody having any type of symptoms of anything, right? This is literally selling sex. This is literally pushing an incentive and using our men and women against each other in a lustful, vindictive way.
That thing up. They in real life, you need to vax that thing up. Feeling freaky all night, you need to vax that thing.
You feeling freaky all night, you need to vax that thing up. If you feeling freaky all night, you need to get a husband. You feeling freaky all night, you need to have a wife or wives.
Girl, you look good, want you vax that thing up. Use a handsome young brother, want you vax that thing up. They in real life, you need to vax that thing up.
Good gracious. They just selling it, right?
I'm feeling freaky all night, you need to vax that thing up.
I know you can't stand it, no holding hands, chick, but when we get the shot, we gonna be romantic.
Oh no. He said we can't even hold hands, chick. But when we go ahead and get the Jabberooski, we gonna be romancing. As if nobody been getting it popping without the jab. It's like this, yo. Juvenile, you're gonna have to hold this L, bro. Like literally, the respect and admiration I had for Juvie. Y'all don't understand, bro. Like the respect that I had for Manny Fresh. Because when Birdman Sandusky came and he was coming at them with that funny business, those seemed to be the only two individuals who had pushback. When Birdman was rubbing his hands like, come here, Playboy. Yeah, I see y'all putting out these good records, Playboy. Come into my room, Playboy. Sit down on that casting couch. It seemed like Juvie and Manny Fresh was like, no, bro, you on some other stuff. It's like they seen the KY coming and they hit the dip set. They skedaddled. So I was like, yeah, I respect Manny Fresh and I respect Juvie because everybody else seemed to be, you know, under Birdman's Sandusky's his spell that he had on him. So I was like, damn, I respect Juvie. He seemed to handle everything like a man, you know? Even when he was young, he seemed to deal with everything like a man. But that goes to show you that these people will go after the most respected, notable figures in our communities. And better believe, ladies and gentlemen, this makes a difference because there's so many people down south that rock with the kid, man. There's so many people down south that is rocking with Juvie. Telling you. And you can imagine from Georgia to Tennessee, all the way to New Orleans, this will have an effect on people. Sad, I hate to say that, but it's true. Let's continue.
And girl, you could be the queen at the quarantine. We could meet up at the spot and we could do the thing. Internet date chat, I'm your mate chat. Download the app, shawty, you ain't gotta wait chat. I love it when you hold me, eggplant emoji. You could be the young hot thing, I be the OG.
Girl, you look good, want you vax that.
Yo, this remind me of modern day minstrel show. This remind me of the modern day minstrel show. This is embarrassing. This is degrading to our women and men. This is cringeworthy. Literally, when I first seen this, I cringed. I said, man, no. I'm only going to play a little more of this, man. I hope y'all can bear with this, bro.
that thing up. You's a handsome young brother, won't you vax that thing up? They in real life, you need to vax that thing up. Feeling freaky all night, you need to vax that thing up. Girl, you look good, won't you vax that thing up? You's a decent looking brother, won't you vax that thing up? Acting foolishly, you need to vax that thing up. Herd immunity, you need to vax that thing.
Herd immunity. Acting foolishly, you need to vax that thing up. Right? Yeah, that's exactly. He's telling you exactly what you would be doing. He said, acting foolishly, vax that thing up. That's his lyrics, right? He said, acting foolishly, vax that thing up. And since when have we become herds? Herd? Herd immunity? I thought herds were like goats and sheep and cattle and, you know, I thought herds were actual like animals. Am I wrong about that? Aren't herds animals? It seems to me that somebody's leading sheep down to the slaughter. Somebody said, her shirt said, no vaccine, no vucking. Oh my gosh. This is crazy. All right, man, I'm gonna continue. And hit the thumbs up on this video, y'all. They don't want this real content to be exposing these devils. Y'all make sure y'all show y'all support, man.
If you wanna get sticky and hot, go get the shot.
No.
Go get the.
If you want to get sticky and hot, if you want to go ahead and get inside some crotch, you're going to have to go get the shot. No. So you telling me everybody been celibate? Everybody been celibate this whole time, right?
The shot, go get the shot, go get the shot. BLK says go get the shot. You wanna smash with Scott, smash with Scott. BLK says go get the shot.
Yo, like who? Listen, I wanted to be a fly on the wall when they were approached by the enemy. I would love to be a fly on the wall when when those gatekeepers, when those folks sat down with them and they said, you know, I can imagine it was somebody named Adam Slokvix, right? Slokvix sat down with him and said, that's hypothetics right here. This is allegedly. I can guarantee that this is how this went down. They sat down and said, hey, Juvie, yeah, man, we got a deal for you. It's going to be excellent, man. You sit here. We're going to bring in some specialists. We're going to get you back on the map. You know, listen, back that ass up. That was your biggest hit to this date. I got a great idea. This is going to get you back spinning. Listen, the check is going to be immense. Yeah, Mr. Goldberg sat with him. Yeah, it was Goldberg. Yeah, we'll go with Goldberg, Maria. And he was like, yeah, you know, instead of back that ass up, how about vax that thing up? It's great. It's just great. The people will love it. And we'll give you a cool $1 million. I'm telling you, man, this is how this stuff goes down, man. Man, I'm telling y'all. Matter of fact, the scriptures tell us. The scriptures tell us. In Titus 1:11, we're going to start in verse 8. Actually, let's start in 1 and 8. It says, but a lover of hospitality. Oh, let's start at verse 10. Pardon me. Titus chapter 1, verse 10. For there are many unruly and vain talkers and deceivers, especially they of the circumcision, whose mouths must be stopped, who subvert whole houses, teaching things which they ought not, for filthy lucre sake. Now it says it'll be those, especially of the circumcision. That means those of our own fold, ladies and gentlemen. Those who are of our cut from our same cloth, whose mouths must be stopped, who subvert whole houses, teaching things what they ought not, for filthy lucre's sake. They're going to be destroying whole houses, whole households. You're going to have people who listen to this and they're going to be driven by their insatiable lust, and they have not yet got their flesh under subjection and under control. And they're going to be the ones that go out there and put their lives on the line in the name of science, and a name of technological advances, and a name of transhumanism, and the name of killing the God particle within the mind, and the name of this pharmaceutical takeover. And I'm telling you, man, they must be stopped. And it says, listen, they will speak things that are not true, ruin households for filthy lucre's sake. Lucre is money, ladies and gentlemen. Lucre is money. Lucre is Lucifer's currency. Lucifer's incentive is lucre. Filthy lucre's sake. So what they got going on right now is pathetic. It's pitiful. These are our OGs. This is definitely something that must be addressed with our people, especially for myself living here in Atlanta, Georgia, and being surrounded by a lot of Southerners, especially as an individual who traveled abroad among the Southern Baptist Bible Belt. You know, I make moves all across the Bible Belt, and I want my people to know what it is. Rebel Queen, thank you for the $5 contribution. Says they are already in heat in the video. Hell in effect for them. Yeah, absolutely. You know, these people be sealing their fates for filthy lucre. They be literally sealing their fates, and it's really not worth it. And, you know, some people, they're reacting to this, but they're not really taking it seriously. But they're not understanding how impressionable young minds are. When young brothers and sisters are seeing these videos, and especially this generation to come that's going through puberty at the moment, and they seeing all that ass gyrating all over their screen, and they like, damn, this is how you get to the women? Imagine how many young brothers and young sisters are watching, like, you know, oh, this is how we now can come together with the opposite sex. This is the barrier here, because a barrier has been created between man and woman using social media, and everybody's countenance has changed. Nobody has no love for each other anymore. We at a point in time where people don't even know how to interact with each other. Everybody got their nose in the air because everybody's turning into narcissists, because all they do is take pictures of themselves all day and they get validation online. So people want to know how to get to the opposite sex, because that's human nature, ladies and gentlemen. It's human nature to desire the opposite sex. But what happens when nobody knows how to even have a conversation anymore? So they're using this barrier. They're using this lack of love and compassion for one another, and they're using this BLK dating app to basically propel an illusion that, hey, if we go ahead and we render our vessels, then maybe that's how we get close to the people. And listen, you know, they might be onto something, because, you know, I feel like whatever people may be injected with, I think they're going to all be of one mind. That's what I believe. And I'm no doctor, and I'm not saying that I know what's going to happen, but I think that they all will be of like mind. I think they all will be reprobated. I believe that they all will gravitate towards one another, because somebody's spirit will gravitate towards what they are. Dear Yvette says, thank you, brother, for teaching. I'm a new subscriber. Dear Yvette, thank you. Thank you. Highly appreciate your contribution. Hopefully you're gaining edification from this channel. But ladies and gentlemen, there's more. Yeah, there's more. I got more sources to go to. Y'all want me? I'm going to finish playing Vax That Thing Up, all right? And then I'm going to go to my sources. Man. Hashtag Vax That Thing Up. Oh, wow. Man. All right. Let's go to my source here. All right. Our next source. Now, ladies and gentlemen, let me put the disclaimer out there once again. This is not to promote any fear. I'm going to show you how we got to move out here, though, if you want to remain pure, right? Now, Biden pushes door-to-door vac campaigns. Yeah, somebody brung up the fact that the Haitian president got killed. Yeah, I heard about that. The world is going apeshit, banana nuts crazy. I heard about that. Yeah, all the semantics and details haven't came out on that, so I'm gonna refrain from speaking about it till I hear the whole matter. But now I'm going to Fox News, and I wanna play this. I want to chime in. I'm showing you that the injection campaign is being ramped up. I'm gonna go to a scripture and preference this before I even play this source. The scripture that I would like to go to is Revelations chapter 12 and 12. And it says, "Therefore rejoice, ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them. Woe to the inhabitants of the earth and the sea, for the devil is come down unto you, having great wrath, because he knoweth that he have but a short time." He knoweth he have but a short time. Now I'm bringing this out because you got to be vigilant out here, and you got to look at this as the heavens look at it. You got to rejoice. Now, when it says woe to the inhabitants of the earth, it means beware, beware, be aware. So you got to be mindful. You got to be watching. So the reason I'm showing you this particular this news clip is so you can be on your post and be on your dean and be watching what these people up, what they're up to, right? Satan is running out of time. He's getting desperate. He's afraid. He knows that he has to ramp up this program. Gain Media Outlet, thank you for the $25 contribution, brother. It says, "Gotta show love, not gonna lie. Every time I stray from the path of righteousness, I watch your lives and videos and put my mind back into reading and learning scriptures. Question is, an audio Bible a good idea?" Absolutely, brother. Thank you for the contribution. And absolutely, an audio Bible is great, especially for meditation. When you go into bed at night, keeps your spirit calm, keeps you on the right track, keeps you learning while you sleep. See, a lot of people don't know why you're falling asleep at night. You play something at a very low volume where your subconscious mind can take in everything. I'm telling you, bro, that right there is how you really absorb information. Your mind is so absorbent when you actually sleep. So, I mean, even if it's on your spare time and you listen and you're doing things around the house, your subconscious mind is very powerful. And the media understands this through the trickery and sorcery they do. Even when you're doing things and you're listening to certain movies and shows and programs, I don't think people understand how those things affect the human conscious, the psyche. And this is why these people specialize in marketing and all of these things. But yeah, audio Bible is great. I didn't mean to give you a long dissertation on that, but absolutely, fam. Audio Bible is cool. Just make sure you get that KJV, King James Version. Thank you for your support, bro. I'm going to go ahead and play this source here, coming directly from the White House correspondence, all the way to Fox News, right? All right, let's continue.
To get Americans vaccinated against COVID, launching an effort to go door to door to get shots in arms. After falling short of a 70% goal by the 4th of July, the new push to literally knock on doors, sparking widespread backlash. Molly Hemingway, senior editor of the Federalist and a Fox.
4th of July, that was a date where they had in mind of having 70%, and they were not able to reach that date. You know, it's something real ominous about the 4th of July. I actually went to see on the 5th the Forever Purge movie. And for those who haven't seen it, it's a lot to that movie. One day, matter of fact, I'm gonna have to break down that movie on Patreon very soon, so I can use the trailer without worried about copyright infringement from Warner Brothers, because Warner Brothers actually distributed the movie. You can't even catch it on HBO Max or anything. But there's a lot I want to break down. But it seems like every 4th of July, they roll out a Purge movie. And it seems that, you know, they had goals for the people to be jabbed by the 4th of July. So I find that quite interesting. I don't know if it corresponds, but I find it interesting. All right, let me go ahead and play this.
News contributor Molly, how you doing? Good morning to you. What do you think about the door-to-door campaign? Will that work?
I'm not sure if such a program actually exists or if President Biden was confused.
Hold on, wait. So Molly Hemingway she's a senior editor at the Federalist Bureau. And she questions if not Donald Trump, pardon me, if Joe Biden was confused when he said what he said. Now, listen, I believe that they like to use his deficiencies, his mental clarity, as a way of covertly rolling out certain things and presenting certain ideas to the public without creating public outrage, so they could pretty much write it off as, oh, you know, this dude, he's dumbfounded. He don't know what he's talking about. He's just speaking out the side of his mouth. And don't get it twisted, man. I watched Joe Biden's interviews. I watched his speeches. And I didn't think there was a president slower than George Bush until Joe Biden, pardon me. But this dude here, he's on another level. I mean, this dude he's the same one that said, listen, if you don't vote for me, you ain't black. I mean, Sleepy Joe be saying some things. He talked about children playing with his leg hair. I mean, this man that fell walking up steps. I mean, this dude did Now, George W. Bush then said, and I'm talking about the second, he done said some stupid things on TV. But dude, Biden, he does take the cake. I believe he is the slowest president that we've ever had in history. I mean, I'm dead ass. I think he is the slowest, and that speaks volumes. Now let me continue.
If the problem with vaccine acceptance is that people are fearful of the government or they don't trust the government, obviously going to door by government agents is not the way to handle it. But
now I want y'all to picture this. You at home, you in your robe, you got your tea, you chilling, you done just showered, and somebody taps on your door, and they sitting here squeezing a needle. The juice is coming out the needle. And they like, hey, yeah, I was just in the neighborhood, and mind you, a total stranger knocks on your door. I was just in the neighborhood, and we was trying to create this herd immunity, and I was wondering, have you already been inundated or injected? I mean, what's your reaction, ladies and gentlemen? Now, I'm gonna tell you this now. This is why it's important for our sisters out here to have husbands. This is why it's important for our sisters to have a head, because, ladies and gentlemen, sometimes our women get emotional, and you can put this situation out there, and a lot of sisters will say, no, I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't just relinquish my body to science because somebody's at my door. But you really can't say what you would do until it happens. Because sometimes, women get in their emotions and they like, hey, I'm tired of being pressured. I'm tired of losing certain luxuries and perks that I had within this system. It can't be so bad if everybody in my neighborhood have already, rendered themselves. That's why you need that man there to be like, hold up, because a brother is going to go to the door and he's going to be irate about it. A brother's going to go to the door and be offended that you even tapped on the door. I don't know about y'all, but listen, as a black man, if somebody knock on our door and we don't know who the hell it is, we get mad off the break. Who the hell knocking on my door? Literally, personally, that's how I get. I've been through a lot, right? Been through a lot in life. So when somebody knock on our door unannounced, unbeknownst, We automatically get defensive because listen, we fighting wars out here in the streets. We going through hell out here. So when we home, you better leave us alone. This is the sanctuary. This is the safe haven. This is the line that your ass don't cross. So if you're knocking on our door, especially with something like that, automatically our women, our children don't have not a damn thing to worry about. If you're dealing with a righteous man who's honorable, who got that strength and valor and courage and not afraid, ladies ain't got nothing to worry about. You ain't even got to deal with that situation. Now, I'm going to continue to play this. And this is all hypothetics because the correspondent here, she's looking at it like a hypothetic. You know, she's combing it over as if Joe Biden don't know what the hell he's talking about. And if he don't know what the hell he's talking about, you know, why the hell is he in office? That shows you how far this country is falling.
But more importantly, vaccination rates among the vulnerable populations, older people and people with comorbidities, is really high. And so President Biden needs to just take the win. I know he missed his own personal goal for vaccination rates, but we've done a good job and he should just accept that and keep going forward.
We can still get there, probably get there pretty soon, actually. In the meantime, Keystone no, OPEC yes, apparently. Here's how the Wall Street Journal, right? Gas prices are up, right? I mean, 7 or 8 years, we haven't seen them this high. Wall Street Journal says OPEC, Biden, and gas prices. The president wants the cartel to pump more.
All right, here we go. Now, here go the gas shortage news. But anyway, yeah, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to read a little bit of this article just to clarify what this is all about in totality. It says the White House Wednesday sought to clarify its new door-to-door push admin fresh criticism from the right that the home visit approach is government overreach. Now, listen, it definitely is. It says White House Press Secretary Jen Psaki stressed Wednesday that no one from the federal government will be showing up at Americans' door mandating anything. Okay, so let's just make that clear. It's not going to happen because, listen, on face value, some people would see this news and say, oh, Lord, and you're going to see people use this as a fear tactic. And I want to go ahead and cover it before some of these fear mongers start to fear monger and have y'all all afraid. They don't read to understand. They don't listen to understand. They're going to be like, oh, they're going to push door to door. No, stupid. They wanted to present that as an idea for a reason. There's definitely an agenda. Anything that's aired on mainstream media has an agenda. That's why they aired it. But it's not going to happen. So let's put that out there. No need to fear. But they are getting desperate and they're trying everything they can. And fear is part of the program. Making you afraid of someone coming to your door is part of the program. Now, let me go to another source here, because I'm going to use their own words against them. Y'all notice I'm not trying to sway somebody's opinion one way or the other. You're going to do what you want to do with your life. But I'm going to share this screen with you, and I'm going to use Ronald Reagan's words against him, a president. I'm going to use Ronald Reagan's words against him. Ronald Reagan, the 9 most terrifying words, right? I want y'all to listen carefully because, you know, it is what it is.
I think you all know that I've always felt the 9 most terrifying words in the English language are, I'm from the government and I'm here to help. I think you all know that I've always felt the 9 most terrifying words in the English language are, I'm from the government and I'm here to help.
He said the 9 most terrifying words is I'm from the government and I'm here to help. Ooh, here it is. You don't have any symptoms. You're feeling good about life. You're walking with your head up. You're not among those who are covering their faces, right? And you have somebody come to your door like, hey, I'm here to help you. Well, who asked for your help? He said, listen, those are terrifying words. If it's coming from government, government is all about governing. What's governing, ladies and gentlemen? Governing is controlling. Governing is controlling. We're talking about the ancestors of those who came over to the New World, gave the North American Indians smallpox blankets after claiming to come in peace, claiming to come make them a civilization. They done cooked. The natives cooked for them. The natives got them all fed. And what did they do? They completely destroyed them, right? So this is the same ancestors, ladies and gentlemen. It is what it is. It is what it is. Now, we got to go to some scriptures. We got to go to some scriptures because I want y'all to stay on the righteous path with all of this, because you're going to see some very astonishing things taking place. And I don't want y'all to be perplexed at all. Zechariah 13:8 reads, "And it shall come to pass that in all the land, saith the Lord, 2 parts therein shall be cut off and die, but the third shall be left therein." Listen, 2/3 of our people, 2/3 of the people will die. They will be cut off. Death will be a normal thing. You will see it on TV day in and day out. You'll see loved ones perishing, falling victim of the sword, and we'll call it a sword, falling victim of the stinger, the scorpion stinger. You're going to see a lot of death. You're going to see people perish. But though you walk through the valley of the shadow of death, you should fear no evil. Because one thing that you have that they don't have is the truth. Bless your eyes that you can see. And there's only 1/3 of us that can see. And I realize that. And that's why a lot of my content can seem very unpopular to a lot, because everybody is not meant to see. It says that the dark will not comprehend the light. They will not comprehend the truth. People want their ears tickled and want to be finessed. The truth is hard to digest. It's almost like pulling teeth. And people don't want to hear this because they don't want to believe that there's a really dark force operating behind closed doors who are plotting and strategizing against the citizens. People don't want to believe that. It's a horrendous truth. It's hard to digest. But if you don't understand this truth and realize that this is reality, then you cannot prepare for it accordingly. You have to be prepared. You have to be aware. It says, woe to the inhabitants of the earth. Beware of what's going on. Let's continue. Let's read some more scriptures here. Galatians chapter 6, verse 7-8. And it reads, "Be not deceived. God is not mocked. For whatsoever a man soweth, that shall he also reap." Juvenile, Mia X, Manny Fresh. The seed that you are sowing is worse than drug dealers in the 80s. The genocide that it created during the crack epidemic. What you're doing is worse. And everything you reap, you will sow. And this is not a joke. This is not a game. No matter how much it looked like a parody, it's no laughing matter. And although y'all may have heard me laugh, ladies and gentlemen, there's pain in my laughs. A lot of times when you hearing me laugh, it's pain in those laughs, ladies and gentlemen. Because I know that our people are royalty. We're great people. We're righteous people. We're have-nots. We've been disenfranchised. We've been discontinued from our heritage, and all we need is direction. And those that we respect in our communities are willing to lead us astray. And now people that we looked up to are paid opposition. Low Key Kilo, thank you for the $10 contribution. Says, if we're fasting and praying to the Most High Yah and denying our flesh, nothing they do matters, because he going to tell us beforehand prayers and righteousness is the only thing the enemy is scared of. Absolutely. Thank you for that, Low Key Kilo. Thank you for the contribution and positive words. And that's the truth. The heavens are wide open for God's people, man. We got to tap in. Let's continue. Proverbs 12 and 22. Lying lips are an abomination to the Lord, but they that deal truly are his delight. Lying lips are an abomination to the Lord. And I believe that a lot of these Judas goats, a lot of these paid opposition, a lot of these black boule members, a lot of these sellouts, a lot of these buck dancers, I truly believe that they know that they're lying. They know that they're deceiving. They do things and they don't even stand behind what they're doing. They don't even believe it. They do things and say things that they don't even believe themselves. And they do it for lucre's sake, for money. It says, lying lips are an abomination to the Lord. These guys are liars, deceivers. They are an abomination to the Most High. And we know that the Most High is going to deal with these abominable individuals. It says, but they that deal truly are his delight. They who deal truly are the Most High's delight. See, the truth, no matter how hard it is to digest, no matter how the truth makes you feel, the Most High is delighted when his people are teaching the truth. Even if it bothers people, the Most High is delighted in that. He's delighted in the fact that the Most High's people are willing to have enemies. They're willing to have people go against them. They're willing to have naysayers and scoffers for the truth's sake. And y'all got to take this into consideration, because everything that you be learning from these streams, you got to take this into the real world and not be afraid to go against the grain and go outside the status quo. Because you're going to have persecution for speaking the truth. You're going to have persecution for living the truth. And when you get that persecution, the world hates you, but the Lord is delighted. The Most High is that's the only individual who matters. Let's continue to go to these scriptures. Psalms 52 and 2. Thy tongue deviseth mischief, like a sharp razor working deceitfully. Yeah, rap music. Oh, hip hop. Yeah. That rap music, hey, wordplay. The tongue that deviseth mischief. You want to get your freak on, vax that thing up. That's the tongue that deviseth mischief. We're not talking about brothers and sisters rapping about coming together as a nation, building with each other, healing our wounds. We're talking about, hey, if you want to fulfill your carnal desires, then bow down to your oppressors. Bow down to those who are in control. Because they are the ones who allow us to come together. They are the ones who allow us to create life. They are the ones who allow us to procreate. This is slavery. This is psychological warfare and modern day slavery. Because just like back in the days of old, when they controlled who dealt with who, when they would take that buck, right? And they would say, go ahead and deal with that woman and create babies so we can have big, strong slave babies. Those times are up, because now they don't want no more big, strong slave babies. They want them gone now. The slaves are waking up. So they're no good to them. They're no good for their empire. So now it's about, hey, What can we create to separate these individuals? And these modern day sellouts, they work in deceit with the tongue. That's why you got to listen closely to these lyrics out here. Cool Gents 87, thank you for the $5 contribution. Says respect to you, brother, and New Breed. May the Most High continue to use you. Absolutely, brother. Thank you for the contribution. Highly appreciate you, fam. Let's go to these scriptures. Now, I want y'all to keep in mind that 2/3 of our people, they ain't gonna make it. And you can't really feel sorry for those people. Because as long as you have the Most High's prophets, teachers, elders, deacons, bishops, as long as you have those individuals out here in this world teaching this biblical truth, they have no excuses. They have no excuses. They get prime opportunity to receive this word. And they can either accept it or reject it, but they get the opportunity. And you can lead a horse to the water, but you can't make that horse drink. You can lead them to the water, but you can't make them drink. Some of y'all got people in y'all's families. Some of y'all got friends. Some of y'all got associates that you're trying with all your might, all that's in your heart, to bring these people into some truth and help these people to understand that there's a darkness, there's an ominous presence, there's enemies, there's imminent threats that's coming against us. And listen, you need to come under the fold of this truth. You need to honor God's law, statutes, and commandments, because only there is our protection. Our protection is in honoring his Sabbath days. Our protection is in honoring other individuals, treating people the way we would like to be treated. Our protection is in following these holy days, opposed to these pagan, heathenistic, satanic, Idumean days that has plagued us, like July 4th, where they shooting bombs into the sky, trying to go to war with the Most High. Got the streets sounding like Serengeti because they want to fight against what's coming out the sky. Independence Day, the movie, was about fighting against the so-called aliens, but in reality, it's about fighting against the Most High's chariots. The scriptures speak about chariots coming out the sky. And that's going to be the real Independence Day, when we set free from our captivity. When Christ returns, when he has chariots, when he's riding those white horses and 144,000 come marching in. That's real independence. But they want you to go to war with the Father. They want you to celebrate all their vain, paganistic, heathenistic days like Christmas. And you know, mass goes into murder. You know, mass murder. A mass is mourning at a funeral. So when they say Christ mass, they're talking about Christ's murder. They're reveling in his death and introducing you to Satan clause, which is Satan's agreement. I'm telling you, we got to open our eyes. We can no longer live the way the world lives. We can't be afraid to be ostracized for our beliefs. For the truth's sake. You can't just go along and get along. You can't just be at the family cookout shoving hot dogs down your damn throat, throwing fireworks in the sky no more. You got to be the one that say, hey, I can't be sitting here with y'all, because this is going against God. I can't be sitting here with y'all at Thanksgiving knowing that this holiday was made to disrespect the North American Indians. That the turkey represents their body and the stuffing represents their guts. And the cranberry sauce represents their blood. And that this is one huge ritual. I cannot continue to stand with the crowd. I'm willing to go through my Damascus road. I'm willing to be outcasted by my family. I'm willing to be outcasted by my friends. I'm willing to be called crazy and strange. I'm willing to be called any name that you got for me. I'm willing to be scoffed at. I'm willing to be talked about. I'm willing to be slandered. I'm willing to go against the grain for the Most High. I'm willing to carry my cross, regardless of how anybody feels about it. Let's continue. Let's go to these scriptures. The Ruach Hadash is in the building today. The Holy Spirit. All praises to the Most High. Y'all make sure y'all definitely show your support by sharing this video and hitting the thumbs up. We got more verses to go into. Now let's go to Romans. Romans chapter 12, verse 2, and it reads, "Be not conformed to this world, but be ye transformed by the renewing of your mind, that ye may prove what is that good and acceptable and perfect will of God." You got to change your mentalities, ladies and gentlemen. Your whole mind frame is going to have to change. We can no longer be subjugated to these talking heads that's tossing us to and fro like a pile of leaves. We can no longer render our minds, our bodies, and our souls to these deceivers. We got to take our emotions out of it. We got to digest the information. And regardless how you feel about somebody, oh, I like this person, I dislike that person, you got to look beneath the surface. We got to stop being so vain. We got to stop looking on the outside of people and trying to judge an individual. We need to look within. See, the world operates on carnalities. They want you to attack the messengers and leave the message. You know, this truth is nothing personal. The truth is nothing personal. Y'all got to understand, when you in the streets, when you moving, when you're representing, and you're not of this world, it's nothing personal. You're just doing the Father's work. You're doing your job. When you walking according to his word, when you're not out here in the mix, all in the he say, she say, and the cliche, and you're not mixed in with slandering people and talking about everybody's business and all of that, and you just out here living a morally sound life, and you trying your best to walk this uphill battle, and you minding your own, you doing the will of the Father. You doing the will of God. It's nothing personal. So whatever people look at you and anything they come at you with that's personal attacks, you got to keep in mind, it ain't personal. You're fighting spirits. These people got legions of demons on them. You're going against entities and forces. We battle not against flesh and blood, but wickedness and principalities. You're not dealing with people, so don't take it personal. Don't take it personal when they slander you, when they twist your words up, when they lie. Don't take it personal. You're fighting spirits. People have spirits on them and don't even recognize it. How many people do you know will stand in the mirror and say, you know what? I have an evil spirit on me. How many people you know have that spiritual maturity to look themselves in the mirror and say, you know what? As a woman that have, something in me has me speaking out of turn. Something in me has me going against our men. Something in me has me, acting irrational and erratic. You know what? This is spiritual. As a brother, you got to look yourself in the mirror and say, hey, something has me looking at my sisters like objects. Something in me has me maneuvering with anger, with strife. I've been speaking against certain brethren with no cause. I mean, something in me is riling up the spirit of jealousy. And now I'm talking about brothers and going against this person and that person. Something in me is stopping me from bridling my tongue. You know what? Maybe it's an evil spirit. You got to renew your mind. You got to think different now. You got to think different. Most people are not going to look themselves in the mirror and say, hey, I have a spirit that I have to cleanse myself of. It says, listen, it starts with the renewal of the mind, ladies and gentlemen. Let's continue. Mark 7:20. And he said, that which cometh out of a man, that defileth a man. Oh, that's the wrong scripture there. But that's talking in regards of when the prophets didn't wash their hands, you know, they were being judged by the Pharisees and scribes. And they basically rebuttal with it's not about what goes in, but what comes out, basically what a man says. All right. So that's what that's about. I didn't mean to read that scripture, but I just had to clarify it. Now let's go to John 8:44. And it reads, ye are of your father, the devil, and the lust of your father ye will do. He was a murderer from the beginning and abode not in the truth, because there is no truth in him. When he speaketh a lie, he speaketh of his own, for he is a liar and the father of it. Yeah. And see, these people are of their own. And you got to respect how Christ stood before the Pharisees and scribes. And he stood before, actually, he was standing before the synagogue of Satan when he said this. And we all know who the synagogue of Satan is. I hope you know. He stood before the synagogue of Satan, the small hats. And he said, listen, ye are of your father, the devil. The lust of your father you will do. You are a liar and a murderer. Listen, ladies and gentlemen, these same people control the world. These same people control the banks. They control the financial institutions. They control Goldman and Sachs. They control it all. Meaning you can't trust a liar. You was a murderer from the beginning. The lust of your flesh ye will do. You will only do what you were designed to do, and that's to lie, kill, steal, murder, and pillage. That's what you are destined to do. That's what you are ordained to do. Now, look, Christ himself called them a liar. The ones who control Hollywood. The ones who put out this spell that's being casted on the people. So what do you want to trust? Do you want to trust the word of God, the Most High, or trust the liars, the deceivers, those who set up taskmasters, put them in place to sway your thoughts, to curb your enthusiasm and change your reality, to have you out here doing something that's just wrong? Samantha McKinney says, New Breed, this message is so powerful. Thank you, New Breed, for allowing the Most High God of Israel to use you as a vessel to help us all. Appreciate you. God bless you. Thank you, sister. God bless you as well. All praises to the Most High. Yes, indeed. For those who did not catch Disagreement Day yesterday, I did a stream in regards of polygyny. It was a very bold proclamation that I set forth in that particular stream. It was called polygyny should be the standard of modern family. And it got a lot of backlash. All praises to the Most High. Because if you're not making enemies, if you're not having any backlash, if you don't have anybody who's name calling or going against you and calling you false prophets and slandering you and putting words in your mouth, that means you're not doing your job. So all praises to the Most High. I give all praises and honor and glory to the Most High for that stream, because it was very, very enlightening. It's very enlightening. There was a lot of pivotal information that came out. And everybody who watched this stream, I want y'all to go back and I want y'all to watch that stream. And I want you to listen carefully to what was said. And I don't want you to listen in the parameters of emotions. I want you to hear the logic. I want you to hear what was proven and what was not proven. All right. I want you to pay attention. Yes, I see some sisters in the chat say loved it. Absolutely. See, there's still some real sisters out here who are not operating in a vein of emotion, who are literally operating in logic and coming into the fold of truth. And that's just such a blessing. It's such a blessing that regardless of the 2/3 that just won't understand the word of truth, there's still going to be 1/3 of us We may be few in number, but hey, it is what it is. Bryson from the tribe of Judah, thank you for the $5 contribution. Says, brother, can you elaborate a little on falling short? I know we aren't perfect. You mean elaborate on falling short? Well, you know, Brother Paul, he spoke a lot in the book of Romans. I would recommend that you read the book of Romans. The book of Romans really break down the battle against the flesh. A battle of the flesh is a battle to the death, my brother. You will always fight your flesh. That's why in the book of Matthew, it says, he who endures to the end, the same shall be saved. What are you enduring? You enduring fighting your carnalities. You enduring by fighting against the flesh. So this battle is ongoing. The idea is to be deemed perfect when the Most High comes. You have to fight. You have to continue to fight. We all fall short of the glory. A man who says he's without sin is a liar and the truth is not in him. All right. But the thing is, God's chosen is enduring. God's chosen is on the right side of things. They're fighting the good fight. They're going to the right direction. And overall, they're righteous people. The Most High judges us on our overall righteousness. He don't judge like you think he judged. And somebody said the fight is so exhausting, though. Yeah, the fight can be exhausting. But there's ways to overcome that as well. That's what the word of God is for. That's what these biblical lessons are for. That's what the scriptures are for. To give us elevation, to push through, to give us some ammo for the arsenal. The word of God is our weapon. The Bible is all we need. When we reading from that word, it's giving us the directions, right? So, absolutely. Let's see. J. Nene Williams says there are a lot of people against polygyny. However, there are the same people who get married and have children outside their marriage. Absolutely. And here's the interesting part about that whole conversation that we had yesterday. The interesting part about it all is that, excuse me. The interesting part about it all is that people were literally arguing the word of God. And people believe that they are somehow over the prophets of the Bible. They believe that they're better than Moses. They believe that they're better than King David. They believe that they're better than Abraham. And that's a dangerous place to be, to condemn something that your forefathers practiced. In fact, if your forefathers never practiced polygyny, we would not be here. We literally would not be here. If David didn't take on multiple wives, the nation of Israel would not be here. So for you to look at your forefathers and actually judge your forefathers, that's a very, very, very dangerous place to be. Very dangerous. Because I can assure you, if Moses was walking this earth, if King David and Abraham and Solomon was walking, those same individuals will be calling those people false prophets. They will be calling them wicked. They will be calling them all kind of names. You got to understand, our people didn't fit into this Western world or your ideals of what morality is. And actually, to be honest with you, a lot of people who rose their tongue in condemnation, I actually prayed for those individuals. I prayed for them because I know that they're going against the word of God. And I know what times we live in, and I know that there's an agenda to depopulate. And I know in order for us to preserve ourselves, we're going to have to go back to our old customs. And it's actually going to come. Prophecy is going to be fulfilled regardless. Somebody said you should do a teaching on this topic. I actually just did, bro. That's why I'm telling you to go back and watch the stream from yesterday. Oh, that's a sister. Pardon me, sis. I couldn't see the thumbnail. It says you should do a teaching on this topic. It's actually polygyny for understanding and edification. I actually did yesterday. We had a whole disagreement day where people were able to come on the screen And we had a lot of dislikes on the video, but only 3 people actually came in the chat who disagreed, and they had their rebuttals. But yeah, it was definitely spirit filled. It was a lot of information in there, and I would suggest everybody go back and watch it and listen carefully to all the information. Don't listen with your emotions, but listen to the information. Listen to what's being brung forth. Somebody said there was a time and a place for this, not the time. This is not the place. Encouraging polygamy is very dangerous because the man and the woman is not in a place where we should be having. Actually, this is prime time. It's prime time. It's either that or walk off the face of the earth. It's prime time. Somebody says, so would they be practicing those type of things just for the sole purpose of building a bloodline? Would it just be something that God allowed for a time, not as a normal practice for marriage? That polygyny was always practiced by the prophets and disciples of the Bible. It was always practiced. It's just our old culture. It wasn't something that was allowed for a time period. It was always practiced. Devon Adams, thank you for the $5 contribution. Says, this is my comfort in my affliction, for thy word have quickened, revive, invigorate me, pardon me. Psalms 11 and 50, 119 and 50. The word will help when you feel weak. Facts though. Hopefully y'all gain edification from this particular stream. If you would like to get raw, uncut material, follow me on Patreon. The link is in the description box. Hopefully this particular video will be allowed to stay on this platform. I didn't do anything outside of the lines. I spoke my opinion. I put the disclaimer out there multiple times that I am not anti-vax or whatever they call it. I mean, you have the right to do whatever you want to do. I'm just reacting to what I'm seeing on the news, utilizing astute observations and bringing forth truth. So hopefully y'all will share this video. Follow me on Patreon. The link is in the description box for raw, uncut, exclusive material that doesn't make it to this platform. Also, follow me on Instagram at newbreed404. And if you would like to contribute to this work via Cash App, 10% of all contributions go back to the people who are in need. Charity covers the multitude of sins. If you would like to support and filter it through me giving back to the people, that is appreciated. And if you would like to just give out of the kindness of your heart to people who are in need, go out there in the streets and give. There's people out there who are suffering. There's people out there who are homeless. There's people out there who are in need. Y'all need to get out there and make sure you feeding the poor. If you have it, feed the poor. All right. I love each and every one of y'all. Bless y'all. Have a blessed afternoon. With that being said, shalom and peace.